Bradley Engel's mission is to serve all people affected by domestic violence. We do a whole lot of everything in a very strategic way so that we can create the most long-term sustainable outcomes for people who are survivors of domestic violence and or imminently fleeing a domestic violence situation. So we have 5 different programs. We have an economic empowerment program, a program known as Healing Roots, and that actually just went through an expansion where we're able to serve kids that are coming alongside survivors, and that's known as kinship. We offer services for LGBTQ+ domestic violence survivors, as well as a short and long-term housing, and finally our emergency-based shelter program. 80% of our participants are hailing from communities of color, and the majority of that 80% are individuals who are coming to us from the Black, African, and African American community in Portland. We also serve a substantial amount of individuals who identify as LGBTQ+, and then the intersection of those two cultures. Our kinship project over in Healing Roots starts at the age of 6. A lot of our domestic violence survivors that we're serving today have very young children. Generally, we serve about 600 to 700 people. You're looking at over 100 different sites that we have that people can cycle in and out of. People are usually with us for about 1.5 to 2 years, and we have an 80% success rate even a year after. We've had 2 different facilities over the course of our entire organizational timeline, and this one really needs a lot of work. So what we would love to do is start renovating our basement in our shelter. There's a tendency that the basement of our shelter will flood. There will be inches of standing water. We literally don't have the funds to make that a safe space for kids to come in and hang out. You know, we served 43 adults last fiscal year in our shelter, but those 43 adults brought 73 kids with them. We realized, wow, we really need to be able to use every single space in our shelter because more and more people are there during the day and at night. The other thing that we would love to do with grant funds from this foundation is help have another salaried position in our economic empowerment program. We have three advocate positions we'd like to have. Right now we only have 2 of those filled because we don't have funding for the 3rd one. So there are really high needs that we have seen in the domestic violence continuum in Multnomah County. We've seen Healing Roots numbers skyrocket, we've seen EEP numbers skyrocket, and we've seen housing numbers skyrocket. Of all the programs that the Joint Office of Homeless Services funds to tackle the domestic violence situation in our city, we are the emergency-based shelter that has been able to provide the most amount of nights during this COVID-19 pandemic. So the shelter is very much in need of more and more care so that we can keep doing what we've been doing for at least another 47 years.